Hello everybody, Thy Lord Root here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. I'm just gonna check and see if this guy's recording. Yeah, looks like it. But, at any rate, I was going to say, it's about time for us to look at, resuming our game. And you can see I've made a backup here. Now that I've shown the first level, or the first video rather, I think that's a fair thing for us to do. Of course, I'm getting in character here with my pint of beer, because as we all know, dwarves simply cannot live without alcohol. Now, of course, I can, but, you know, the deal is, I guess, is to be kind of like the dwarves. We're role-playing. So, I was thinking about some things we need to do. I don't entirely know what the, what the world is going to be like when we complete this. However, I think we do need to start thinking ahead to perhaps doing depots. And for that purpose, we want to begin mining out some of these areas. And I'm going to do something I haven't really done before, which is, it's pretty simple what I'm doing here. We're going to have this 5x5 depot here. And for the time being, we're going to have a channel leading up to it. Or maybe not a channel, but because a channel's an entirely different thing. But, there's a still we can do here to where if I design this properly, eventually I will be able to segregate, my... Oh, why can't we remove that? But eventually I will be able to segregate my depot from the rest of my base, because as you can probably imagine, this creates a security hole in my base. Up until now, we've been, chilling on our hill. And that's been okay, but, let's just go, speaking of which, let's go up. We want to consider doing a couple of things. First of all, let us designate some plant gathering areas. We want to clear the plants around here. Why can't I gather those? That's rather weird. Let's look and see what we have here. Oh, those are saplings. Well, in that case, I feel okay destroying these for the greater good. We're going to create a bit of a wall here. And we're trapped in this area, it looks like. Maybe I didn't choose the best deal here. But that'll just have to work for now. So I believe we can build a... That's not what I want to do. I want to do a wall. And what we can do here is we can use you here. We'll make this out of marble. Although I believe marble is a precious stone, or it's a flux stone. But, yeah, this is actually much better. Here, we'll just, for now, have this one choke point. Anybody who comes up the mountain hopefully will be trapped. And let's do one more. We want to do, we want to build this thing so that, we're, you know, more or less, trapped here. And we'll send a dwarf up here to do our stone as well. Okay, let's get some digging going. Now, at some point, we're going to want to, demolish this building. It looks like they've decided to do things the hard way and dig out and about, or out and around, rather. Which I guess you can't really blame them for wanting to do things the hard way, but we do have to be careful here. This means we're going to have to start considering making traps. Another thing we need to start thinking about doing is we need to start thinking about making barrels. Let's see, we have Q here. Make, not a bad, beds would be good, but barrels would be better. We need barrels to put a drink in. But I can't seem to find them. Oh wait, I just saw it. So V makes this barrels. We are rather dangerously low on the beer front. So, there is a way for us to make reserved barrels here. That would be nice. We have plenty of wood with which to do it. Well, you know, this might actually be our primary entrance. I'm not entirely sure yet. Let's also go to, this guy here, brew us some drinks. So we'll just put that on repeat. It looks like this dude is finally planting our plants, which is nice, but we need to, while we're here, why don't we go down and work on another part that we've neglected, which is going to be our kitchen area. So, what we're going to want here is probably, I think we have fairly good stockpiles. Why don't we make this something kind of like that? We'll get this really nice looking deal going on. And we can do there then is we can go to build workshop. We want a kitchen. That would be good to have maybe up here in this corner. You could learn the dark X's are walls here, so it actually does matter how you place these things. But we have a kitchen, we have the farmer's workshop that we could do. A butcher shop would be good. Although we need to do something special with the butcher shop because the butcher shop happens to, present problems here. We're going to want to, segregate it a bit. Because, as it turns out, if we're not careful, flies can form in the butcher shop. There we go. I'm just set these guys off to doing their thing. And we're ready to create... I would say we want to build a trade depot. I don't... Oh, is that capital D? That is capital D. And we'll make that out of, I guess, marble. There we go. We need a guy to do architecture. That's going to be one thing. So let's look at some of these people that don't have any jobs. Like for instance, the metalsmith would be good. We can set him up if we go to P, L, and I think we have to go to engineering in order to do this. Maybe not. Architecture. Yeah, that guy will be our architect. He's going to go and design our deals there. We also want to create a noble. What we'll do here is we will we want to set him. Well, let's look at him real quick. Relationships. He really likes the weaponsmith. I don't want to view that though. I want to militia commander. I want to make the expedition leader the appraiser. Which isn't going to be important just quite yet, because the expedition leader is, you know, he's largely responsible for, I'm not exactly sure what. Maybe everybody gets real depressed if, you know, he's doing the wrong thing or whatever. Where's our brewmaster? I guess he's creating lots of liquor, which, hey, I'm not complaining about. So let's look at the building. It needs masonry. We have a mason, don't we? Plant seeds is inactive. That's really weird. I thought we had a mason. In fact, one of the miners is supposed to be a mason. Yeah, he has masonry. I guess. That's really weird. Why is he not going to fill this deal? Well, I guess while we're here, we need to start making more in the way of beds. Because we now have a lot of things going on. Oh, cool, our mason's finally doing his job. Yeah, that's the one thing about this game. It needs empty food storage. Well, at least we're good on drink now. Let's hit these stats here and see what we have. We need somebody that is able to somebody that is able to get us set up to maybe do appraising. He's got no job. In fact, I think we want to go to nobles. We do want a bookkeeper, and that's going to take a while. Require. What do we require as an expedition leader? I think a bookkeeper needs an office. Which means we need to come down here and dig some more. I'm just going to create ourselves a small office for this dude. And you know what, we'll build some dorms here as well. Because I think having those above ground dorms is going to be a bit of a problem. We just want to make sure, of course, that everybody is housed. That's the main concern here. Yeah, we'll make those offices. This guy down here can be the dormitory. Or one of them at least. So let's give that a go. At some point we will need to consider maybe at this point building definitely a kitchen is in order. That's the wrong one. A kitchen is, I thought it was K. That's a clothier shop. That really doesn't make any sense to me. And we'll also build, what else do we want? Maybe I guess a millstone. Millstone may be a little bit much, though. That may be a little bit too much for us to handle. So I'm gonna build, in that case, a level below here. And I saw an interesting approach to this. We have had, you know, issues here to where, let's see, it's 10, 20. We'll just make this 20 by 20. Maybe a little bit too big in terms of a base, but the basic idea here is that we have this big communal mine or whatever. Or not mine, but shared shared workspace of sorts. And that can be useful for several reasons. One of them being that the shared workspace has the advantage that we can put pretty much anything we want to in it. So we're looking at that presently as a way of reclaiming, or maybe not reclaiming, but taking full advantage of this area around us. That way these guys are working underground where they're happy and where we can surround everything with stone. And they'll come in and they'll dig that out. We really do need to consider at some point making us some meals and other things. These guys will do a bang-up job of getting this thing built. I'm more than sure of it. Oh, we've struck orthoclase again. And yellow grossular, whatever that is. Let's see, how are our bedrooms coming? Let's do this. Let's try building a couple of beds here. We are actually getting a bunch of really cool things out of this. Which means maybe I should consider mining some of this stuff up. Well, I'll go to the community thing, the community thing. And while we're at it, we can get one of these guys here to smooth the stone. It would be actually really cool if they could do that, because dwarves rather fancy smooth stone. And they're making their smooth stone floors, it looks like. So we'll get somebody to start work on that. Somebody who is proficient. So let's go ahead and we'll see if this yeah, there we go. And we just need to bring the room size down, and this is a free bed. So somebody's going to come and claim it. And we'll want to do the same with these guys here. Oh, we got enough beds now for everybody. Which is pretty awesome, if you ask me. I think as long as we put the beds in a corner, we'll all be okay. Everybody's excited at this point, it looks like, in order to make and claim their bedroom. Now, at some point, we gotta start thinking of training these dwarves. Or at least getting traps going. Because I don't know what our value is right now. I'm afraid our value may be a little bit too much here. It's, part of the deal is if you're not careful, you'll overrun yourself. That could be a bit of a problem. You know what, while we're at it... Oh, nice, that stone is almost completely... That wall is almost completely built. We don't have enough people on cleanup duty, though. That's a bit of a problem. Now, the question then becomes, where are our migrant workers? Or when are they coming? We'll give this guy an additional, job. Here, let's make him okay at mining. Maybe even stone cutting as well. So let's see. Get these guys here. We'll say this is a free bed. Same deal with these guys here. mean, now we're really getting this thing set up. I think I did skip over one of those. That's a free bed, and that's a free bed. And eventually, when we get our masonry shop up, we're going to want to, you know, we're going to want to get this floor going. Woodworker is out of a job. We'll set this guy here to begin maybe cooking or learning to cook. What's the worst that could happen, right? Actually, we do have a guy who can cook, though. I think the expedition leader can cook. Maybe. I mean, maybe we can go back here and farming related, could start making cheese. Oh, he's got cooking enabled. Okay, I think we'll be able to maybe queue up some cooking jobs then. We'll just make some fine meals. And those will go into the food stockpiles. How's our clearing effort going? Okay, that guy's on break. We don't want to go too crazy with the food. Because I mean, I think the food can potentially spoil. I'm not too sure about that. Let's find one of these guys that has no job, like the woodworker. Let's turn him into, let's get him doing some stone working. Maybe stone detailing. And, what about, mining as well, or stoneworking, masonry. Hopefully this guy will start detailing. Now, come to think of it, I do want to... Okay, that's orthoclase right there, so we want to have him go ahead and detail as well as he can. It's going to take a while, but he's going to be joined by somebody who knows what they're doing. Or at least that's the hope. And once we get the masonry going, we can build some rather nice things, I hope. Like some doors, for instance. It'd be nice to build some doors, I think. Now, another thing we might do, we really do need to post guard up here, but aside from that, I want to start growing some things in here, like quarry bushes in the fall or in the summer, which I guess we're in now. And in the winter, dimple cups. And here we'll do maybe sweet pods in the summer. We'll do sweet pods in the spring. The summer we'll do cave wheat. And we'll do pump helmets in the winter here. Now let's see how our stocks are going. Oh cool, we got some migrant workers. That have decided to come and grace us with their presence. Let's see what we can do here. I don't know if they have to show up. We have a blacksmith here. There, we can. Let's see what else he can do. What if he can? He can metalsmith. He can apparently do healthcare. He must only be good at that sort of thing. We'll give him mechanics as well. And what about over here? We got some more stuff coming, or some more guys coming, I'm hoping. No job. The blacksmith and the weaponsmith have no job, which means I think this blacksmith should be put to work doing mining. Oh, we got more. We got several migrants coming, and they're all bringing their pets. Which is actually pretty nice. I like that. How many migrants do we have? We have a lot. A woodcrafter. And a farmer. Wow, I've got a bunch of cheesemakers here. That is quite different. So we have 6 idlers. What can we have these guys do? Let's get this guy. Well, he's supposed to be mining. That guy's a farmer. We'll get him doing masonry and stone detailing as well. That guy is that metalsmith. We have two of them, it looks like. Okay, let's go to our units here. The cheese maker is constructing, so let's have this guy, maybe in addition to cheese making, he can, maybe we can get him going, here as, an animal training person. We don't really have anybody at the moment who can train animals, but we do want that, and we do have a bunch of animals at this point that we're going to, we're going to want to, bring in the stray lamb. So I'm thinking this entire place up here is going to be good for us. How long have I been at this, by the way? Let me double check. There's so many people here. So I'm gonna start them by, mining out some places for shops or whatever. And we're gonna do that by just bringing this guy down. I want to make this a fairly high traffic area. And I think what we can do here is we can just start, building these guys on the side. This guy will need to be mined up as well. And, we'll just get these guys whenever they can to, come and level everything out. And that will be good enough for me. So, before too long, I'm hoping we'll have, we'll have some masonry going on. Yes, this is a lot of digging, but, you have to look ahead. Who has any relevant skills here whatsoever? We have a diagnostician we can set as a medical guy. Actually, we're gonna leave that vacant for now. As they're still, going through and doing their thing. I have so many idle guys. Let's see, how are we doing on our food consumption here? Apparently a lot better than I thought we were doing. Let's make some lavish meals. At least one for each person. Now we don't really want anybody to remain idle at this point because it's wasted effort. And where are the rest of my dudes? I guess they're out building their things. Oh, there they are. They're coming and helping out. I guess this motivated them. Or at least to some degree. I'm hoping we'll get more in the way of miners, but if we go here to you, find somebody without a job. This weaponsmith should be mining. I don't understand why he's not. Is he just... I have him mining too. We need as many people as we can to clear out the deal here, so I can start putting stuff in. And they're making it a little bit difficult to do so. Now, is this what I think it is? That's... I guess those are minerals of some kind. Oh wow, somebody created a masterpiece. I bet you that is food that he made. And why don't we, while we're at it, build, add a new task. We will add, maybe, oh, I don't know, a wooden table, and a wooden throne would be good too. Oh, it's wheelbarrows, in fact, or what we need. Maybe too many wheelbarrows I've been constructing, but we at least now have the opportunity of coming out and clearing this forest. So we'll do that. We'll chop down some of these trees. we do want as much in the way of wood as we can get. More in the way of lapis lazuli. That's pretty nice. But let's see what else we got here. We have, oh, we ended up getting some rot going on. Maybe. Now why won't these people do anything? They can't be that depressed. Maybe I just need to give them something that they like doing. Maybe that's the problem. They just don't like doing the things that I'm asking them to do. Let's see what we can do here inside the deal. We'll start grabbing some milk. And I wonder, is there a way we can begin training these animals? I'll have to look. What is going on here? I think this guy's just building. He's smoothing out the floor, which I don't mind at all. Unfortunately, we don't have our best miners on this team. Everybody else has decided that they'd rather do other things besides mine. Which is understandable, I guess. I mean, you do a lot of mining, you know. That could get to be a bit of a pain. Prepare a food barrel. Oh, I get it. That's where the plant stuff is going. Well, in the interim, I could start building some of these guys here. We got a workshop. Let's just begin working on some very basic things. We already have a still here. Why don't we add in not a fishery, but maybe like a jeweler shop? That's gonna have to go on the other side, unfortunately. What about Metalsmith's Forge? We're gonna have to think about how that is going to work. I think maybe we're gonna have to carve out some rooms up here. But what about a jeweler's workshop? No, we just did that, didn't we? Mason's workshop is... Okay, that's going to have to... we're gonna have to carve out some spots here. maybe some people will see what I'm trying to do, although it's oh, I guess he's figured out. Good on him. He's a team player. Let's... Then if we're doing that, let's build the mason shop so we can start building doors. And we'll just build that guy up orthoclase. Oh, what else do we want to do? I think we said the jeweler's, not the jeweler's shop, but the craft store, dwarf shop. We'll put that guy over here. About Leatherworks. Yeah, we'll put Leatherworks over here. We'll make that guy out of orthoclase. Mechanics workshop we gotta build on the other side. What about, it looks like we've got the, clothier shop that we can put over here. And we also have, I think the loom we should be able to fit anywhere. I'm gonna put that next to the clothier shop. Let's see, what else do we have? The tanner's workshop, that's got to... It's got to go somewhere else. Well, there was a mechanics workshop that we couldn't really... There was something we couldn't build because for some reason or another they didn't like it. There we go. Well, at least somebody's building something. Oh, awesome. Somebody has decided that they're going to become a planter. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Why I've got so much in the way of really so much in the way of trouble. I guess we got one guy that's fishing. Which means in that case it's probably good for us to start building some other things here as well. Let's find somebody without a job. Let's take this guy and he's a woodcrafter. Let's give him let's give him gem cutting. Maybe that, well no, the jewelry. The deal, that was the thing that I was having trouble building. I think. Oh cool, our mason's finally coming to build something. Which means we're going to start building lots and lots of doors. In fact, we'll put doors on repeat for a little while. Because we want there to be lots and lots of doors. Let's just come up out of here. Oh cool, more lapis lazuli. Well, I think it's about time for me to consider taking a break. I might upload another video later. I think we sure are doing a decent job here though with our base. Although I say that without us really running into any trouble whatsoever. I'm sure once we run into trouble, then we're going to eat our own words, or at least I will. You'll probably laugh at me, but I will be eating my own words in the process. Because we're now in this weird deal to where we're not really doing any building at the moment. I guess it's just that these guys they're overworked or something. They don't seem to like mining, which is ridiculous, they're dwarves. But we'll see if they manage to mine later on. Until that time, this is Thy Lord Root, and I will see you later.